Hey, this is Swedish Guitar Nerd, and today we're on a road trip to the north of Sweden to meet a pedal builder. So, who are you?
My name is Jokke. Yes, and I'm a founder of Squarewave, BD. Region letters, BD, yes.
Ah, that's where it's from. I've seen other things that's BD, I never knew what that was.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, you're building pedals. Are there any pedals in particular that you're building, or is there any, have you had like a direction for what you're building?
Yes, have a very straight direction, and it's germanium-based pedals only.
I guess it started somewhere. So when you started playing guitar, what was the first distortion pedal you ever got?
The first one was Boss DS1. And
The best one, or?
It depends on who you ask.
So I suppose, since I don't build pedals, and because it's too technologically advanced for me, I suppose you have like a background in electronics in some way.
Yeah, it started out. It's not that long ago. I was like this hi-fi nerd, and started to build speakers, as you see here, and crossovers. And I think it was when I started building these crossovers for old vintage G-band speakers that I got interested in this vintage components. Yeah, and started ordering components from Ukraine and former Soviet, and I'm going to show you. I have lots of germanium transistors. This is
These are probably worth their weight in gold.
yeah, absolutely. This one I use a lot when building fuzz faces. It's a Polish ASY37S. It's the S is standing for that it's military spec, and this military spec transistors usually have a very even quality, yes, and still are within spec. And here is also a lot of germaniums, only germaniums in this one, and it's Russians and Polish and some European, but many of these old AC transistors has gone pretty bad. So from now on, I'm only buying this military specs one. Okay. Yes, because it's more bang for the bucket. I can show you. Here is the casings. Many people have asked what I'm used for color to get this nice. Vad säger man?
It's a texture to them. They actually, it probably is hard for the camera to catch, but
yeah, I tried this. This is the regular hammerite metal paint, and in the picture it seems pretty good, but in the reality it seems like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what that looks like. Okay.
And I found one, and it's not that expensive, but and have a Swedish återförsäljare. And it's this Combicon color that have a very nice texture. And
what is that color made for actually? What is it supposed to use it for? It's like
I don't know, perhaps
rusty railroads.
Maybe like prop scope. What's that called? Yeah, safe
fuse boxes.
Yes, fuse boxes and that kind of stuff, and other workshop machines. Yeah.
Okay. So these are all fuzz pedals.
Some treble boosters also, I think, and that one that's not painted is going to be the germanium one. Yeah. And
that's what I got to try as well. Yeah. That's a germanium one, yeah.
And the reason why I decided to design this pedal was because when ordering germanium transistors, you also receive a lot that doesn't have the right amount of gain. It's low in beta, and I got terrible high amount of germaniums that's low in beta. So I decided to design this. Yeah, and to use it to something. Because when by building fuzz faces and tone benders and stuff, I need the ones with higher gains. So this is built with the components that I hadn't any use for. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
And the thing with this design on this one, after building a lot of fuzz faces, this is the regular fuzz face I do. It's after the Dallas Arbiter schematic, but with an inverter to work in regular pedal power supplies to share with.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the typical 2 transistor fuzz. And this design is also a 2 transistor fuzz, and you could probably get easily more gain with like a tone bender style 3 transistor fuzz, but I think this is with a 2 transistor fuzz is like you know, like compete in drag race with a tractor when there's like faster cars to use, but you still want to use that tractor.
Is this a usual thing to do, to use like low gain transistors? Is that common, or is that like your thing?
I don't know. No, I don't have a clue, but I haven't found any build instructions with these components. No. And it's pretty simple to build also. But I have to admit that I use diodes in the last clipping stage. It's to make the fuzz a bit tighter. You know, you won't get any chugging going on with a regular fuzz.
That's true. A regular fuzz is more like a lead thing, where you're supposed to have like sustaining notes. And I should add that this is going through a Squier SP10, so Just imagine what it would sound like through a vintage Marshall amp or something.
Like, is it a 6.5-inch speaker?
The best one for all guitarists. So is this even based on something else, or is it just?
Yes, it's based roughly on the Vox Tone Bender.
Okay.
Yeah. The Germanium one, the first one I built. And this is a point-to-point build. And I'm also going to do the Germanium one with other point-to-point. It's not doing anything for the sound of the pedal. It sounds exactly the same, but it's only.
Is it more prone to noise when you're point to point because they get more? No, it's not different.
It's the same. And you see, it's a silicon transistor in the first one, and it's only to boost up the signal to distort the second one. Yeah. All the heavy distortion comes from the second transistor. Yeah. Yes, and I think it's for the eye it looks much better.
Definitely. Yeah, I have
For the eye.
I have a question concerning just that, the types of transistors. Because you have big pedal builders that claims that silicon and germanium doesn't really make that much of a difference. What's your take on that?
In a regular fuzz phase, it's a lot of difference. You know, the clipping in a I even tried to build a fuzz phase with this thing called piggyback transistors. It's when you sort of duplicate two transistors to make one behave like a germanium with low beat and stuff, and it doesn't sound the same. You know, and with these germaniums, I think you have the leakage that also affects the sound, and you have capacitance. Yeah.
So it's not only magic, it is actually something that happens electronically.
And if you look in an oscilloscope, the clipping of germanium diode or transistor, you see that the curve is different from the silicon. Yeah. But I don't know what to say more about it. It doesn't sound the same. Sometimes a silicon sound better. It's a lot tighter. Tighter.
Yeah, that might be something that someone would want or not want, I guess.
Yeah. But the clipping is also more clinical or sterile. Yeah. But it's also depending on the circuit. Yeah. But in a fuzz phase, that's my opinion.
Okay, I have one final question, and that's the goal. Where is Square Wave heading? What are you aiming for? What are you hoping for with your company?
I don't know. I want to build pedals that's non-expensive, that people can afford, and I don't know exactly what my goals are.
Are there any like dream projects that you have now that you want, or that you already have like in the pipeline? That's something I'm gonna do in like a year? Or...
I don't know. I have had a few questions about building these germanium preamps for studios. Yeah.
But for hi-fi like stuff, yeah.
Recording.
Okay.
Yeah. But right now it's only pedals.
Well, we'll see where it leads. You heard it here first. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.